has some very strong similarities to chapter 10, and we're going to be dealing with the accounts receivable stuff this time. Therefore, we're kind of switching journals. We're going to be using the cash receipts journal and the sales journal. Now, the only bad part about this this section of the chapter is that you're going to have to flip back to 11.1 work together, and the reason is because on 11.1 work together, you're going to use the general journal. So if you are on page 314 in your book, it says we're dealing with Graphics Inc. again. Number 1, which is on part B, which again, this is going to look very similar to what you did in 11.1 as well. But this time you're dealing with an accounts receivables. So these are people that owe you money as a business. It says open up an account for Brandy Sparks. Okay, Brandy Sparks account number is 140. The balance on October 1st is, and make sure you do the post reference, 212. Number 2 says post the accounts receivable debit entry of the sales journal to the accounts receivable account for Brandy Sparks. So we go to the sales journal, page 10 of the sales journal. Brandy Sparks is on the 20th. Accounts receivable is the column we're dealing with, so it's going to be 576.64 debit. So we go over to Brandy Sparks again, 20th. S10 stands for Sales Journal, page 10. Debit, 576.64. Remember, two debits we add together, that's how we get 788.64. And then we need to do our post reference of 140. The next one tells us to go to the accounts receivable credit of the cash receipts journal to the accounts receivable account for Alfredo Lopez. Okay, that's right here. 21st of October, Alfredo Lopez, we have an accounts receivable credit of 254.4. So we go back to this accounts receivable ledger. You are going to have to add, I believe, no, I'm sorry, you won't. Never mind. On the 21st of October, it's going to be a CR12, Cash Receipts Journal, page 12, credit, 254.4. Debit balance, going to be a 1272. We go back to part A, and that's post reference 130. And then it says post the credit entry of the general journal to the accounts receivable account for David Bishop. That's where we have to go back to 11.1 work together. When you do on your own, you will go back to 11.1 on your own. So we go to 11.1 work together, and on the 12th of October, we have a credit of 55.12. Okay, to David Bishop. So we go back to 11.2 work together part B. David Bishop, October 12th, G11, credit 55.12. We have a debit balance of 183.83. We go back and we put the post reference in of 110. Okay, we're not quite done yet. We go over to the right hand side, Graphics Inc., schedule of accounts receivable, October 31st. Okay, then we have to do each account. So David Bishop, as you can see, the last balance is 183.38. Maria Farrell, balance 286.2. Alfredo Lopez, 1272 is the last balance we have there for Alfredo. And Brandy Sparks is 788.64. And we add those up, 2530.20. 1122, and that is the same number that is given to us in instruction 5, so we know we did it right. And that is our schedule of accounts receivable. That's all the money combined that is owed to us. And that's 11.2 work together.